You can look it up. It's called the Cigar Heritage Festival. But it's awesome. We think
We'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be never again now to see. No more
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are looking for seconds, there is plenty more food to come on up there, grab a little more. We are gonna keep moving to the next tasting here in a few minutes. But if you want more, please go on up to the barbecue place and get some more food.
Who roams about the land, dispensing all around frivolity. Mere folk who in distraction are we. That's right. Not just a crazy group.
Hey guys, it's John with OBO Cigar Reviews, and I'm bringing you Privada Con Part 2, guys. So, man, like I said, I love this event. It was awesome. Can't wait till the next one. So, Part 2, I'm going to start off with Brian and Katie's vow renewal ceremony, guys. And it was amazing. I was glad to be able to be part of this and just witness it. I love these two people. They're amazing. I'm glad Brian from Privada let them do this here. It was great. This shows how much of a family we are. Yeah. Tony, the mayor, you did an awesome job helping Katie and Brian out. So yeah, guys, here's their vow renewal. I'll be back.
He's got a great job. He also, I think you part own racehorses or something at the Kentucky Dirt. This is a guy you want to know. Okay, and so, Tony, could you come up here for a minute, please? Tony! All right, and then we also, so this is Tony. Come on, round of applause for Tony Poyles.
Tony!
This is your brother in arms. Okay. Got your camera ready, guy? So, there's a very special couple in our community. They're called Privada Couple on Instagram. And this is Brian and Caitlin. Is that I always call you Katie, but it's Caitlin Petraeus. And they have like 19 kids. And I don't know how they even get out of the house for stuff like this. And you guys live in Illinois. And they're two of the people that are the glue of this community. And you've been married for how long? 9 years. And they wanted to take this time to renew their vows.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? Wow. So I'm gonna let Tony, we won't make it too long, but I think everyone's drunk enough to fucking ease into it and just enjoy the moment. And this is, I think this is proof of what a family this is. So Tony, I'm gonna give you the mic, the MIC. I'll just drop it and be like, yeah, whatever, and walk off. Okay, I'm going to turn mine off and enjoy.
Thank you, brother. Could I get the, whatever they're called?
Happy couple. Happy couple, Tony.
The happy couple. Thanks, everybody. I'm not going to say much because I'll start crying, and we don't need that. Thanks, Brian, Ophelia, Clark, the cigar folks that are here. Thank you, team, Privada. Warehouse folks, I hope Brian's paying you well because you're working hard for us and we appreciate you. And that's all I'll say about that. Come on, stand. You've done this before once or twice. Stand before me. And it's a digital ceremony where we all have to have our phones to accomplish it.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Listen, not going to get preachy.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not, I promise. 1 Corinthians 13, they call it the love chapter. It talks about love is kind, love's not jealous, love endures forever, love is all puppies and butterflies, and it's the best thing ever, which is all true, but that's the ideal love, right? And the reality is, most of us don't love like that all the time, or even much of the time, right? It's great when you have those moments, but love is hard. It's work. It's friendship. It's putting in the time. And these two, and the time I've gotten to know them, really embody that. The friendship, the generosity, the tenderness, the sense of humor, all the things that really are required to make it, right? So they know how much I love them, I hope, and I'm honored to share this moment, with them. So come on, stand up, face each other, draw swords. I think they have written their own vows that they're going to share. Who's Katie? How about you go first?
Hi everyone, we love you guys so much. Okay, so I'm gonna cry. I'm just gonna throw this out there. I apologize, but hey. So you inspire me every day to be a better person. You make me better. My life is better for having you in it. You're my best friend and my partner in crime. I promise to work harder for you every day, to love you harder every day. I promise to wear matching sweatpants and be silly together. I promise to love you and all your jokes, even when they suck. Which is a lot. I promise to fight for you and alongside of you through whatever battle is thrown at us. I love you so much, sucker. That's all I got.
Brian?
Okay. You are my best friend. When we first got married, I pledged to love you in sickness and health, for better and for worse. These past years, they've certainly tested that. But our love and devotion for each other has certainly prevailed. And here today, I want to renew those vows and to love, honor, fidelity, and just reaffirm that I love you.
Yeah.
Applause is applause.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sometimes in a ceremony like this, you'll exchange bands or something, and we try to think of what's the appropriate approach to this at a cigar event. So we talked about maybe they would exchange cigar bands, but we didn't do that. Then Brian had this great idea that we could take Calibra, the 3 cigars woven together, and we'd all light them together, and that would kind of be our ceremony. But we lost the cigar, and so we're not doing that. So what I would ask is that when we get to our next round and you pour your cognac and you get your dessert cigar, put some smoke in the air for Brian and Katie, raise a glass and toast them. And
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
You can dance every dance with the guy who gives you the eye and let him hold you.
Hey guys, so the final course at Privada Con was a chocolate cupcake, Deuce's brandy, and a Paul Stulek Red Screaming Sun. Wow, that was a chocolatey cigar. It went so well with that cupcake and the brandy. It just went well together, guys. It was amazing. Paul Stulek was an amazing person to meet, guys. I truly enjoyed being able to meet the creators of these cigars here at this event, which made it even more special. So yeah, that was the second course, guys. So right now I'm going to bring you some more clips of Brian talking. And then I'll come back and we'll see what we go from there, guys.
Because I talk to you guys, you're electricians, plumbers, lawyers, doctors, store owners, and it's like every good thing I do, there's like a standing round of applause or, you know, a barrage of emails like, thank you so much. And I wish that all of you could have that in your daily lives. Because there's nothing more amazing than being thanked for your work. I appreciate you guys. So that's that. And how it affects my life going forward is I wrote that book, and it wasn't a book. And by the way, I didn't write this book like, oh, I'm going to be a best-selling author, and oh, this is going to be like a big deal. No, I wrote it expecting 5 people would read it, but I wrote it expecting that it would have a date on it. And in 20 years from now, when your butcher has this much passion and has this much community for his work, and the guy that imports your wine has this kind of community and has learned from the Privada thing, like how to do that, like that I could say like, hey, we coined this thing, right? Because we did it together and we did it by surprise, it wasn't planned, it happened. And that's awesome. So that's how I feel about that question. Now, we have one of the slickest guys I've ever met here, and we have one of the most Canadian people I've ever met here. This guy has, I'll talk about the Canadian first, because you all know him, Paul Stulak. Yeah! Can we get a round of applause for Paul Stulak?
He's sorry. Sorry.
I guess being sorry in Canadian, it's like a thing. I don't know. It's kind of degrading. I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. It's sort of funny when I'm drunk, but then it's not when I'm not. So, I love Canadians, by the way. They're like the most peaceful Americans you'll ever meet. And so, so here's the thing is like, I got introduced to, so I started the club. My North Pole was kind of half wheel, right? It was like, I would see what they would rate good, and I'd be like, oh shit, I gotta go out and get that. And I'd find it, I'd get a box or 2 of them, and then I'd smoke them, and I'd be like, oh, this is, okay, I get this. They gave you the Privada thing before Privada, the tasting notes. They didn't give you the pairing notes. I did that, okay? But they gave you a guideline for smoking a cigar, and I have to have much respect for them for that, okay? And so one of the cigars that I was able to find was at Westside Humidor in Wichita, Kansas, and they made a special version, Lancero Red Screaming Sun by Paul Stulak, and it got a 92 on and I was like, holy shit, I gotta try this cigar. And I had already been talking to Westside Humidor, and I was like, I need this cigar. Do you guys have any more? And they were like, oh my God, we can't get rid of these things. Sorry. They were like, we got so many of them. And I was like, oh my God, I'll take whatever you have. This is where the club started, was that kind of shit. Okay? And I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, our guys are just used to it. They're on to the next thing. And so they had maybe, I don't know, 50 boxes of them, and I dispersed them through the club. And they were one of the best cigars we've ever had in this club. And then I got in contact with Paul. I went through the internet. I scavenged, because those guys wouldn't give me your contact info. I scavenged. I went through, blah, 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 blah. I called weird numbers. I called Canadian numbers. I left voice messages with weird ringtones. And finally, this dude, Paul, called me back, and he was like,
We just got bones a little while ago.
he was like, you're interested? Yeah, I can make you that again. Sorry. And so I was like, yeah, no, my club would love that. And at this point, we were probably at like 3,000 members or whatever. And so we made this cigar. And then we did a Back to the Future where it was like the cigar he made for us in the Lancero and the original 2014 that he had made. And they were damn near similar. The only thing that was different was the band, the gold foil on the band. And I don't think most people knew that, Paul, is the gold foil was a little different. And I was so honored, and I just thought we were on to something. And that Paul Stulak cigar marked a big change in Privada. Before that, Privada was just finding things. And that cigar allowed us to remake something special. And so that was really cool. And it's kind of the DNA of Privada at this point. And by the way, when I go to a lot of these factories, it's part of what I'm doing. It's, yo, you made this shit so good. And they're like, I can make it better. And I'm like, show me how. And that's where a lot of our products come from. So, we have a Paul Stulak Red Screaming Sun in a Robusto, which is the most chocolatey cigar that I've ever had. We made them specially, not for this event, but we made them specially about a year and change ago. About a year and change ago for the club. And we saved them, aged them in their boxes with Boveda. And then we decided that they would pair perfectly with a chocolate cake, which we couldn't do a whole cake for each table, so we decided to do a chocolate cupcake. And then I reached out to a great member named Robert Nieves. He's a part-time worker at Barclay Rex, and he's a full-time worker at 10 to 1 Bourbon. And he's one of the best people that I've met through.
Hey guys, so that was it, Privada Con. Like I said, I've said it enough times, I can't say it many more. It was an amazing event, guys. It was so amazing to get to meet all of you guys out there. A lot of us talk online, on Discord, through Facebook, through Cigar Public Social, but it was totally different meeting everyone in person. Yeah, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for the next Privada Con, guys. So, thank you for taking time out of your day and letting me share this with you guys. So, like always, thank you for supporting the channel. Please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and like always, thank you for taking the cigar experience with me, guys. Until next time.
Chicago. Right. You know the artist and Ben? Remember he made a cigar? Right, you guys should meet him. Dion owns Jerk Right. Meet them. Okay.
Jerk on the go?
Jerk, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's him.
That's
No, in Chicago. Come on, sure. Yes, you go. You okay.
Oh, wow.
He's a real asshole. No. Okay, good. No, but it's Jamaican food. Right. Yeah, but sure, he has sauces. And Ben, the artist. Right. He did a cigar. I remember, like,